The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Well, what can I say, you guys? Clearly, the better player won the Dark Beginning 2 battle, and just because I was equipped with Yatagarasu doesn't necessarily mean that the game would have gone one way or another. However, we are now moving on to Cybernetic Revolution, a very momentous set in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Cyber Dragon is now entering the fray, and Cyber Dragon is unfortunately a super rare. So we are going to have to pray to Rise of the Storm Monarch that we can actually get our copies, because honestly, this match may be dictated by who pulls Cyber Dragon. In all honesty, Cyber Dragon's so good in sealed, and with only a few cards to get access to at a time, it's gonna be rough. So let's flip up pack number 1, see what we get. At least we have system down. At the very least, I think that's something we'll side deck in case the Cyber Dragons may get out of hand. We have some other good cards here though. Steamroid can go up to 23 and can actually, I guess, technically hit over Cyber Dragon, so that's pretty good. Cybernetic Cyclopean, if we have no cards in hand, becomes 2400 attack, so that's actually pretty good. Steam Gyroid is a card we may actually play because we get access to polymerization in this series, and this card is actually bigger than the Cyber Dragon, so you know what? That's not too terrible. And as a result of playing polymerization, Fusion Recovery may be a viable card to play. This is a card that reads target a polymerization in your graveyard, and one monster in your graveyard that was used for a material for a fusion summon, add them to your hand. So the fact we can get Steamroid back after making a Steam Gyroid seems pretty good. Another handful of good cards. Druroid's pretty good for hitting through defense monsters. Lele is Goblin Attack Force, so that's pretty nice. Conscription is a very funny card. This allows you to excavate the top of your opponent's deck, and if it's a monster that can be normal summoned or set, you can special summon it to your field. Otherwise, your opponent adds the card to their hand. I think this is actually probably playable, and this may dictate some games this episode. We also got Dimension Wall, which isn't a terrible card. This is effectively Magic Cylinder, and so coming in at rare, this is going to be a very scary card. Jerry Beansman might be the strongest normal summon in this set without a downside, so that could actually potentially be playable. Jetroid has like an okay defense, and there's a Bubble Man. Bubble Man's cool if we top deck it with no cards, because we can actually just special summon it, and if we have no cards in hand or field, we actually get to draw too, so that's pretty sick. Oh my god. We got an ultimate rare Power Bond. So Power Bond is notoriously known for making Cyber Twin or Cyber End Dragon and giving it 1 billion attack points, but we could actually use this Power Bond to make a Steam Gyroid with 4400 attack. Now, that may seem like a bit of a meme, but honestly, I think that's a big enough bomb that we probably play this. Mad Lobster's another 1700 vanilla, and Gyroid is in here as well. The nice thing about Steam Gyroid is that the fusion materials themselves are actually just good by themselves. Gyroid just protects itself from being killed in battle a turn, which may not seem that relevant, but that's actually pretty good by this series standards. Arrival Appears is also a nice trap card for this set. This card says select a face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon a monster from your hand that has the same level as the selected monster. So it is a bit of a -1, but it allows you to actually get more monsters onto the field, which some of these sets we have an issue with at times, so we'll probably play this.
What am I supposed to say, folks? Yada do be yada. I don't think I've ever been that salty about losing a duel, but can you blame me? Yada into Robin Goblin? I'm sure there are things I could have done that would have slightly increased my chances in that set, but what a sack. Oh my goodness, that was rough. Turns out Cimo did manage to come up with the exact same deck that I got, despite my getting 4 copies of the same super rare. What a weird set. We're gonna move on from it though. We're getting back into the core sets, and while this core set isn't the most exciting when it comes to sealed play, it is also one of the most iconic ones. We get to play a set that brings together some of the most iconic cards from the GX era and some of the most iconic cards from the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Things like Cyber Dragon, Bubble Man, the Roids, just a colossal group of just like really cool cards to pull, and I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we can get some of those big anime plays in here. Starting off with a Bubble Man. Bubble Man is, of course, one of the iconic cards from this set. He works with Spiritual Water Art, and he's a free special summon if you're out of cards in your hand. We also have Drillroid. Drillroid's a super solid one, destroys face down defense position monsters when you attack with them. DDM is all right, not a terribly exciting one. Mechanical Hound, however, is pretty good. It's a 2 tribute, so it's pretty beefy, but it's an all right pull. The one I'm really excited about, though, is Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. Anyone who's played Duel Links knows this card is just a solid one. I also got a Steamroid. This is an all right pack. There's another Drillroid. Okay, all right. Drillroid's an important one to get multiples of. We are hoping to get 3. Arrival Appears, however, is a really solid pill. That one I'm excited about next pack. Cyber Dragon! Cyber Dragon! We got it, folks! Oh, this is so cool! The card from this set. And I get it in my first 4 packs. That feels good, folks. Can we get a Power Bond? Maybe a Cyber Twin Dragon? Conscription's also a good card, but man, Cyber Dragon. Another Bubble Man, a couple of Spiritual Earth Arts. Oh, and an Indomitable Fighter Lele. This card is really solid. He's a 2300 attacker. You're probably going to be leaving him up in attack position as a wall, but you can also use him to get over some beefy things. And if you have Protective Soul Aelin, you can switch him back to attack. System Down is a really cool card. Okay, definitely glad to see that, as well as another Spiritual Wind Dart, another Drillroid, and another Arrival Appears. Generally a solid pack. Nothing much to speak of. Actually, Steamroid is in this pack. That's pretty good to see. It's one of the staples of this set. Can run into Lele. Next pack, another not terribly interesting. Actually, there's a Gyroid. Look at that. That's going to be an important card for the Steam Gyroid combo. Since we have polymerization, I am going to be looking to use that. Jerry Beansman and Mad Lobster are ironically really big cards in this set.
Oh, thank God. There's a Cyber Dragon. 8 packs in, too, so that means we actually have hope for getting another one of these. One of the best cards, the ultimate dream, is if we get one more of these, and if we manage to pull a Cyber Twin Dragon. Cyber Twin, in the original set, it might be a super, maybe it's an ultra. Cyber End, I know for a fact, is ultra, but Cyber Twin might be a super, so it may not be that difficult, but we have Power Bond. So if we could manage to pull off a Power Bonded Cyber Twin Dragon, that would be game winning. I also want to quickly discuss Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. This is maybe the best spiritual art that's available to us. Tribute a wind monster, then target a card your opponent controls, place it on the bottom of their deck. The nice thing is that cards like Gyroid and Jetroid are both wind, and these cards may be playable enough already, but the fact then that we have wind synergy with Miyabi to actually, if something is being threatened, get rid of one of our monsters just to put something on the bottom of the deck, that just seems format warping. Okay, this is an interesting card. It's UFO-Roid Fighter. Now, for those of you who may be watching midway through this series, we are allowed, if we pull the fusion, we are able to play monsters that are not technically from this set. Now, the thing is, this is a weird one because UFO-Roid is in the set, but one warrior type monster. We can't just play any warrior. I think the only warrior in this set may potentially be Bubble Man, and the thing is, I don't even know if we'd want to play this card because this card's effect is not even really that good, but we also need to get the UFO-Roid. So let's just hope that doesn't happen because that's a super, and I'd rather get Cyber Dragon instead. Hilarious pull. Well, spoke too soon on that front. There is UFO-Roid, so I guess we, in theory, have the materials to make UFO-Roid Fighter for all the fucking good that card's gonna do us. When this is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, special summon a machine with 1500 less attack from your deck in attack position. This thing's 1200 attack for a 1 tribute. Holy shit, that's bad.
All right. System Down. Oh, and another Steamroid. That's awesome. And a Miyabi and a Drillroid. Overall, super solid pack. There's another Conscription. Next, we've got UFO-Roid Fighter. Oh, I don't even think we could use this card, this set. Oh, that's such a terrible ultra rare to pull. RIP. Dark Catapulter is an alright card, I guess. It's kind of slow. Let's move on. Miracle Fusion is funny, but we don't actually have anything to use it with. But an ultimate rare Rising Energy. This card is one of the key cards of this set. It's a damage step battle trick, so we are going to be looking out for this a lot this set. And Pot of Generosity. So fun fact, if you ever are feeling bored, take a look at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki's tips page for Pot of Generosity. No kidding, there is a tips page for Pot of Generosity. Wild stuff. Halfway through, looking pretty good so far on the staples. Let's keep it coming just like that. A Winged Karibo level 10. Pretty sick. Unfortunately, we cannot use it this set because Winged Karibo's not in here, but another system down is not bad to see. Cybernetic Cyclopean is a very good card. We'll see how many monsters we're running and if we think it's going to be really relevant this time around. Another Spiritual Wind Dart. I think I have my play set. Another Jerry Beans Man and another Mad Lobster. Another Cybernetic Cyclopean. Another Lele. Glad to see that. I think we're up to 2 now. I'm looking for 3. Transcendent Wings Ultimate Rare. Look at that. Totally useless card for us, but it looks pretty, I'm sure. Power Bond! Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. We are so going to power bond into Steam Gyroid this episode. There is no shot we're not going to try and pull that off. Dimension Wall is also a pretty decent card. Those of you who have seen Progression Playoffs know the power of this card, and I think I've gotten more than enough Drillroids now. Man, I'm really excited about Power Bond, though. Another system down, great to see, and another Lele. I think I am generally solid for staples this time around. I genuinely could not be asking for better pulls. Last another UFO Roid Fighter. Oh, rip. Also, I'm glad Magical Explosion can't be used. I think that's only my second Gyroid. That doesn't bode well. But overall, I don't think I can complain about this set. I think I pulled spectacularly well.
And of course, as we're nearing the end of the pack opening, we get a second UFO Roid Fighter, because why the fuck not? And so only a few packs left. Honestly, the latter half of this opening has been a bit disappointing. Haven't really had much to talk about here. Let's flip up the last few and see. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. I think we already have most of these cards. An Ultimate Rare Dark Catapulter. That's depressing. I think we have like 4 of those now. Let's go ahead and flip up again. Dimension Wall coming in as another Ultimate Rare. This one we'll take because I think we only have 1 Dimension Wall, so I will take this. Different Dimension Master's neat, but I'm not sure how much banishing is going to be going on. We'll have to consider it. And then 2 more packs to go here, looks like. Wow, that's actually a very sick pull in the close here. Cybernetic Magician is actually a beast of a card. This is a tribute monster we want. 2401 tribute, but what's nice is that you can discard a card, target a face-up monster on the field. The attack becomes 2000, so you can actually buff some of your smaller guys. Actually a really sick pull. Happy to see it. And let's go ahead and flip up our last pack and see if we're going to get another Cyber Dragon. Didn't look like it. We got our 9000th Transcendent Wings, however. Overall, not too bad. We got a Cyber Dragon, so I think that's like the bare minimum we could hope for. And we have some fun stuff we can try, so let's go ahead and get to building.
Well, after carefully combing through all the playable cards in this set, this is the garbage I've come to. This is a horrendous set, but there is kind of one shining light in it all. In fact, there are a couple. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of excited about this. I'm going to quickly go through the card by card, and you will understand what I'm going for as I go. We've got 1 Cyber Dragon, 3 Jerry Beans Man, or 2 Jerry Beans Man, 3 Mad Lobster. These are the biggest vanilla beats without any downside we've got access to. I figure I might as well run it. 3 Indomitable Fighter, Lele, the best defender in the set, and also a decent attacker if you're willing to make the sacrifice. You've got 3 Steamroid, got a similar situation to Lele, but not with nearly the staying power. However, it has great synergy with Gyroid in the form of Power Bond, which I have made it my goal to activate this episode. This is my plan. I wish I got 3 Gyroid, but apparently I'm just not allowed to have nice things. I have 3 Jetroid. We don't play cops in this household, folks. We've got 3 Spiritual Wind Dart Miyabi to go with that. Then we've got 2 Drillroid to take out defenders. There are not going to be a lot of those, but I imagine Alex is going to be playing his Gyroids in defense position as opposed to me, who's going to be holding them in my hand for Power Bond. Next, we have 2 Protective Soul Aelin. This seems highly suspect, but if you think about it, we're going to be in here for a long while. And this card is going to be really good at making Lele into a usable attacker. It also has the added benefit of protecting Lele against something like Rising Energy, because if your opponent activates Rising Energy and discards that card, they end up going at a -2 to just get rid of the Protective Soul Aelin, since your Lele is going to be protected from battle. With that, we have Spiritual Earth Art. The reason why I'm running this in my deck is twofold. Number one, it allows me to sacrifice Leles to get monsters with a little bit more staying power. If I run into something with a Lele, and then it goes to defense, I can then sack it for something like a Jerry Beans Man. The other reason is because if I have something like a Steamroid, I can sack that Steamroid for my Lele and summon it in attack. I think this card has a lot of versatility available to it. It's going to allow me to dodge around a couple of things like Spiritual Wind Art, which I think could be pretty cool. This card is ultimately probably pretty bad, but I really like the synergy that it has specifically with Lele and Protective Soul Aelin. So I'm going for it. Going into the trap cards, we have Double Rising Energy. I wish I got 3 of this, but I did not. We've got 1 Dimension Wall, same situation. 1 Power Bond, 3 System Down. There are a lot of machine monsters in this set. If you can system down your opponent, there is a good chance that you are going to be able to get a solid hit in. We've got 3 Arrival Appears. This synergizes with Indomitable Fighter Lele and Protective Soul Aelin, but also generally just lets you get big bunguses onto the field when you need them. We've got 3 Conscription. This is probably a bad card, but it's hilarious, so I'm running it. And that's the main deck. The side deck is largely for if I tire of living like a coward. I've got double polymerization, double fusion recovery for if I want to go really hard on the Steam Gyroid strategy. Then we've got 3 Soitsu and 3 Doitsu. You know what? Fuck it. We sleep in Valhalla tonight, folks. I'm bringing these into the main deck. I am not going to play this lame vanilla beat strategy. This is the work of cowards, and I will have none of it. We're going to take out that Mad Lobster, and we're just going to get rid of a Conscription. I'll keep them in the side deck just because, you know, I might be really stupid playing this, but I want to try this. These folks, fun fact, are from a weird, like, raunchy parody of Konami's Gradius games, and I just love them. They're naked dudes on paper airplanes, and they have such a funny mechanic to them that this might be genuinely the only opportunity we get to play them. And Soitsu plus Doitsu gives you a 2500 attacker, which is bigger than Lele and bigger than Steamroid and bigger than Steam Gyroid. Generally just big stuff this can make, and they get protected by their own effects, plus they have synergy with Spiritual Earth Art and Spiritual Wind Art. What do I do with that last slot? You know what? Screw it. We are taking out the second Droroid and the Bubble Man, and we are going to put in Tadpoles. And that's really just because there are so many things that go minus in this set that a Tadpole giving you some pluses to discard for things like Rising Energy and then to use for like Spiritual Water Art seems like a not terrible thing to have around. So I have a Coward side deck, but I have a true Warriors main deck, and I genuinely don't care if we win this week. I just want to equip a Doitsu with a Soitsu or a Soitsu with a Doitsu and run in with 2500. This is a terrible idea, but I'm excited to try it out. Let's get to dueling.
Honestly, I thought it was going to look a lot worse than this. This looks semi-competent, but this means Robert's deck's probably going to look similar. So this is the deck we're bringing. There is some theory behind this, so we'll go ahead and give it our best. So we got the Cyber Dragon. This is probably going to be our saving grace, if anything. 2 Cybernetic Cyclopean. What I like about this is that it's an Earth. It's 1400, which means I can hit over a Steamroid if I attack with it, and it can get itself up to 2400 attack, which is kind of a problem to deal with in this format. That's why I'm playing 20 spells and traps, because Robert's going to have a hard time dealing with this. We have the Cybernetic Magician, of course, probably one of the best cards we pulled. 3 copies of Droroid. This is just going to eat into any defense monster, so that's pretty good. It's also an Earth, which is relevant, and a machine, I guess. 3 copies of Gyroid. Synergy with Miyabi, but also because we can go into the Steam Gyroid. That's a lot of fun. We have 3 Lele just as our big beater. That's just a normal summon, but it's Goblin Attack Force, so we do have to be mindful. I'm only on 2 Jetroid. This kind of just loses to Droroid, but it is another win for Miyabi, and I think it can withstand a few other cards in here as well. So I want to give this a shot. We'll see how it goes. 3 Steamroid, of course. This is like the second best beater in our deck. 2 copies of Jerry Beansman. I did a 2-2-2 ratio of this, the Jetroid, and the Cyclopean, because all of these have different uses and pros and cons, and so I couldn't really decide on just playing 3 of 2 of them, so that's why we're doing a 2-2-2 split here. We'll see how this goes. This is good because it withstands a lot in this format. It's like the biggest normal summon that doesn't have a downside, and it can hit over Steamroid, so that's kind of relevant. We'll see, though. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, I am playing a Fusion Recovery with Triple Poly and Power Bond. This may seem excessive, but the fact that we can get into Steam Gyroid's pretty funny. 2200 with like no downside, aside from the fact we have to Fusion Summon it. It does lose to Lele, but aside from that, it doesn't really lose to much else, so I figure we give it a shot. 3 System them down. This is basically removal in a format that is comprised of a lot of machines. Cyberdragon's a machine, Droroid's a machine, Gyroid's a machine, Jetroid's a machine, Steamroid's a machine. I mean, even the Steam Gyroid as well, right? So if Robert has like 2 machines on the field, even if I 2-for-1 him with this, it does cost 1,000 life points, but that gets us back in the driver's seat. And honestly, this is also one-sided, so I can have my machines and he loses his. And if he has Cyber Dragon up, we're gonna need anything to be able to contest it. So I figure it's not that bad. 3 rival appears as we get into the traps here. This is just great to be able to get more monsters onto the field, so I like it. 3 copies of Conscription. That's the other reason I'm playing 20 spells and traps, even if I don't think the fusion lineup is particularly good. I want Robert to whiff on Conscription and just give us the cards to our hand, and the less monsters we have in our deck, the more likely he is to whiff. So I figure a 20-20 ratio basically is a 50-50 shot that he's going to hit it or not. And so we'll see how this goes. It might be very RNG based, but I still think it's very funny. 2 Dimension Wall, of course, just for damage. 1 Spiritual Earth Art Kurogane. This is nice because we can sack a used Lele to get back another copy of Lele, or we can get something like Steamroid, or we can get Droroid, or we can even get a Cyclopean if we have no cards in hand. So I figure this card's actually not too bad, even though it is a bit of a minus. It's just a -1, and it could actually help us win some combat situations. And of course, 3 Miyabi. We have 3 Gyroid and 2 Jetroid to be able to trigger this, and this is probably one of the best removal tools we have access to. The extra deck, we have the 3 Steam Gyroid, and we have a UFO Roid Fighter as well. We are not summoning this. Even if we summon this with a Bubble Man, which we do have, as well as UFO Roid, the highest attack this will go to is 2,000, which still loses to Cyber Dragon, to Lele, and a Cyclopean that is buffed up by its own effect. It also loses to Steamroid now that I think about it, so this card is terrible. The side deck, though, another Cyclopean. I put all the other excess 2-ofs into the side deck here. 2 different Dimension Master. I don't think this will ever come up, but I have it in here. 2 Dark Catapulter for similar purposes. 2 Bubble Man. Again, I think it'd be funny to resolve this with no cards, but I don't want to be losing that badly. Another Jetroid. A Mechanical Hound, in theory, sounds good because it's a 2802 tribute, and we could get to a situation where we set a Gyroid, it lives, rival appears, summon something, and then sack both for Mechanical Hound. The problem is I don't want to give Robert a juicy Conscription target by playing this, so I'm very iffy about it. 2 UFO Roid. We are not playing this. I was thinking it would be very funny if we did play this. If Robert goes Conscription and hits UFO Roid Fighter, this card sucks, but if we kill it, then we get to trigger the effect and summon a monster off of it. So in that case, it's actually kind of good, but that's not worth playing the actual card because I never want to draw this card. Another Jerry Beansman, a Mad Lobster for some reason, and 2 Fusion Recovery. We're pretty scraping the bottom of the barrel here at this point for playables at this point. So I don't think I'm going to be using my side deck all that much, but we'll see. We might mess around with some of the ratios. Overall, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what Robert brought to the table today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Robert, I don't exactly know where the revolution was supposed to be in Cybernetic Revolution because I was not feeling revolutionized, let's say that.
There was a bit of a revolution in my deck building. I made a very last-minute decision to potentially spice this up. There's a good chance the result is that you're going to steamroll me, but there's a chance.
Am I going to steamroll you with Steamroid?
Hilarious. There's a good chance. There's a very good chance of that. And I actually brought a randomization method this time. I have my Blue Eyes die.
Okay.
So I am going to do that.
Perfect. Buddy, if you're playing Desk Croaking, I'm quitting immediately. So let's go ahead and just get into it then. Let's shout out the patron. It is Lovely Rose. Thank you for the support.
Ooh.
Look, the randomization method already paying
Lovely
off.
Rose.
Shocker.
All right, I will be going first.
Buddy, why do you have 5 cards in your extra deck?
No reason.
There should only be Steam Gyroid in your extra deck, buddy. What are you doing over there?
Okay, I'm gonna draw for turn.
Great.
Ooh, this is an interesting choice I'm faced with.
I'm already dreading this.
This is such a bad idea.
Oh, that means you should do it then.
Main phase 1, I am going to set 1, and I am going to set 2, and it is your go.
That is not a disaster. I wanted to see something funnier than that. Okay, main phase 1. Let's just go for it. I'm going to run out Jerry Beansman.
Yes, the bean himself.
And let's hit for 1750 direct.
I'll take 1750.
Okay, second main, I will also set 2 back row and throw it to you. Bring on the Cyber Dragon, buddy.
During the end phase, I'm going to use conscription.
Here we go. All right. This is where the bullshit begins with this game. Okay.
All right. Show me something good.
This is the dumbest playable card I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Are you going to call it? You want to call it? You want to call and see if you're going to be right?
I am going to call. Give me a Lele. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't want to see Lele. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
I didn't want you to see that yet.
Okay. Well, I see it.
All right. Well, thanks for adding it to my hand. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was very magnanimous on my part. Wow. All right. Well, let's do it. There's the Cyber Dragon.
I already knew you had this. Like, I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's fine.
And I am going to. There are cards in this game. Yeah, I'm gonna go into
Yes, there are, buddy.
I'm gonna go into battle phase. Show me the thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna take what here? This is 350.
Yes, 350.
Okay, I'll take it. That's fine.
Sick tight. Okay, main phase 2. I am going to set this monster, and I am gonna end my turn.
All right, buddy. My turn.
All right. What do you think it is, buddy?
I'm gonna say it's another Cyber Dragon. Damn.
Ooh,
all right.
I'll take that.
Well,
Thank you very much.
I know you've got that. I guess that's the fun part of this card is we know you have the card.
That's true.
Perfect. Fantastic. Oh, that's even better. Great. All right. Main phase 1. I will run out of Cyber Dragon.
Oh, boy. Excellent.
I'm glad we both have it, at least.
Yes.
Then, to play around your system down, I'm going to sack the Cyber Dragon for Cybernetic Magician.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will go to battle and hit your Cyber Dragon.
Okay. Do I care about that? No, I don't. I will take 300.
And I will set a card and pass the turn.
Okay, buddy, you're about to see the incredible play that I built this deck for. That was the worst play I could have possibly built a deck around. I am going to normal summon Deutz.
Oh, you are not playing this. Holy shit.
I'm going to flip summon Soitsu. And I am going to equip Doitsu to Soitsu.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll move it here, and then I will move Soitsu over here. My man got 2,500 attack. I'm going in.
That is 100 higher than my Cybernetic Magician. Wow. I can't believe this is actually happening. You know, part of me was thinking maybe hit your set instead, and now I'm deeply regretting it because maybe I'm going to lose the game here. How do I out this? Legit, how do I out this card? Oh, this is a fucking problem. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, draw for turn. Okay. All right. I see you, card. I see you. Let's see. What's the game plan here?
I can't believe I'm gonna fucking lose to this.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go into battle and I'm gonna swing in for 2,500.
Sure.
Okay. Main phase 2. I am going to set a monster and it's your go.
I legit don't know how I'm going to out this card. Okay. Well, I'm going to run out Drillroid.
Oh, okay.
Let's just smash your set.
Yeah, I genuinely don't see why not. I am going to Spiritual Wind Art, and I am going to tribute my Soitsu.
Oh my god, they're wind too! Fuck! Holy shit, the synergy is actually nuts. All right, go ahead.
Let's draw for turn. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh, no. You're having way too much fun over there.
I'm having so much fun, Alex. I am going to normal summon Indomitable Fighter Lele.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's fine.
This isn't game, unfortunately, but I will attack in for 25.
I'll take the 25.
Yeah, boy. All right, I will end my turn.
We'll draw. This is so crazy. Oh my god. Okay, I am going to normal summon Cybernetic Cyclopean.
Okay.
I'm gonna set 3 cards and attack into Lele.
I will take my 100.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw for turn.
Unreal.
Oh, it goes to the bottom of the deck. Okay. For a second, I was like, wait, what?
It's not Wind Blast, buddy.
Okay, it is not. Well, you can't use Rising Energy now, which is good for me.
Yeah, my cards are kind of on the table at this point.
My man's a Beast Warrior. I think that seems like a bad idea, but I think it is what I am going to do. I am going to normal summon myself a Gyroid.
Sure.
I'm going to go into battle phase. I'll attack with Soitsu and 2.
So I take 100 and 1,000 here.
Yep.
All right.
And I will end my turn.
I will draw. Well, I will activate System Down.
Oh boy. All right. Yep.
Banish him. Get rid of the Sidra.
Oh, there goes Cyber Dragon.
I mean, yeah, for all the good that's going to matter. Go.
I am going to draw for turn. I am going to normal summon Drillroid.
Sure.
I am going to go into battle phase.
You're good. You got just get me out of this fucking game. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my god. Can't believe I just fucking lost to Soitsu of all fucking things. Oh my, add that to my fucking record now. Unbelievable. I think I'm the only human alive to lose to that fucking card. Unreal. I think that's a legit strat though. If it's super high risk, but if you can stick it, like there is very few cards in this format that can out that. Holy shit.
Yeah, and you know, I could lose the entire rest of the episode, but I will die happy having one with a Soitsu on my
Oh, I bet you will, buddy. I bet you will. I will wish you the best of luck. I will go to main phase 1. I will think long and hard about this. I will set 2 cards and pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw for turn. That's not a bad one. What do I want to do with my turn here? I think I will normal summon Lele.
Sure.
And then I will set 1 and it's your go.
All right, we will draw. This is such a weird set.
It's really
so
weird.
weird. Yeah, okay. I'm going to run out Steamroid.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm going to crash.
Yep, that is fine.
Okay, I'll pass. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. Oh, that's hilarious. I'll normal a Drillroid.
Sure.
And I'll try to get in.
I'll take it.
Okay. Main 2, I will set a back row, and it's your go.
We'll draw. Bring out the boy. Woo!
There he is.
And I guess... How much I care about this. Yeah, we'll go to battle. Let's hit.
Damage step.
Show me the rising energy.
Here's the rising energy. And
Just
I will
set it.
pitch a Doitsu.
Good. Useless card. Yeah, that's fine. So you gain 15 to 31. My Sidra dies. I take 1,000 from that, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. That's kind of hilarious. Is it a good card? Not in the slightest, but it's a funny one. I think the call here is just to go into battle phase and attack with Drillroid.
Yeah, another 16. That's fine.
Main phase 2, I will set a monster.
Fuck. I like have to hit the set too. Like it's so bad for me if I don't. Holy shit balls. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I'm gonna run out Cybernetic Cyclopean.
Okay, are you gonna pull the thing?
I'm gonna go to battle.
Okay.
I have to hit this.
Buddy, I'm so sorry. It's a Jetroid.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna take 4 here.
Yeah.
That's fine. Second main, I have a system down.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that was actually my best case scenario. I wanted it to be a machine. So, yep, he's gone. That's gone. I will pass on that.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. That's not excellent for me. I think the call here, if you're playing Cybernetic Cyclopean right now, you probably don't have a lot going for you. Or you were just trying to put something on the field to put something on the field. I am going to pass turn here.
Okay. I'll draw. Main 1, I will run out Gyroid.
Makes sense.
Battle, I'm going to hit for 24, hopefully.
I will take 24.
And I will pass. Go ahead.
I'll draw for turn. That's okay, I guess. I will normal summon Steamroid. Is there a wind art in my future?
Thinking about it. This card's kind of an issue. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's go into battle phase and I'll attack into Cyclopean.
I'm going to Rival Appears, targeting your Steamroid.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to bring out a Lele.
Okay.
You may redeclare if you like.
Yeah, I'm still going to redeclare targeting Cyclopean.
Sure, I'll take 9.
Okay. And then I am going to decide what I'm going to do with my life. I think I just end my turn here.
Okay. I will draw. Go to main 1 and what I want to do. I guess I'll go to battle. Sure.
Okay.
Hit with Lele.
Okay, I take 1,000 here.
Correct. Layla goes to defense. I'll hit you for 1,000.
I'll take another 1,000.
Put you down to 36. Second main, I will set another card in the imperm column and throw it to you.
Okay, I will draw. Main one, I think the call here is to make sure that you can't wind art me here.
Ooh, yeah, that's a thing. All right, sure. So this goes, I think I have a Sidra and a Steamroid. Yep.
Yeah. And I am going to normal summon a gyroid of my own.
Sure.
I'm going to go into battle phase, and I am going to attack.
So Lele is not long for this Earth. That's fine.
Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row, and I'm going to end my turn.
Fair play, sir. Fair play. Main 1, low life, very low life, I should say. You could have specifically brought out Gyroid because you have Miyabi. That's a possibility. This is getting dangerous. Okay, let's go for it. I'll system down.
Okay.
It's gone. Run out, Cyclopean.
Okay.
Hit for 12.
I'll take 12.
And second main, I'm all good. Go ahead, buddy.
Let's draw for turn. That's hilarious. Main phase 1, I'm going to... Wow, this is a hell of a situation, isn't it?
You're telling me.
I'm going to... Just gonna keep on doing this, I guess. We're gonna normal summon Steamroid.
Yeah, there he is.
And there's a world where you have rising energy, but I lose in that world whether or not I attack here.
Don't have rising energy. I do have dimension wall.
Oh, well,
So
that's
you'll take 9. I still lose the Cyclops, but
that is true. I will end my turn.
please. Oh, did that do it?
Please no. That is a butt clencher of a game, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. I will set one and pass. Go.
Okay. I will draw for turn. That's pretty good. Okay.
I don't want to hear that.
I am going to normal summon Jetroid.
Gross. Yep.
I'm going to go into battle. I am going to attack with Steamroid.
It's fucking Jerry Beans, man.
And I will attack with Jetroid.
And we're going to game 3, Dimension Wall, motherfucker! Let's go!
No! Oh, man. Wait. Oh, it has to be an attack target. Never mind. Yep, there we go. Game 3, I guess. Wow,
oh
what a
God.
game.
Oh.
Well, you know, sometimes that happens, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes the better player just wins, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I'm sure, buddy. The better player who lost to Soitsu. I'm going to go first this time around, see if we could pull that off again.
We're both just memeing at this point. We're both
Absolutely.
Just all right. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck to you, too. I am going to start off by drawing for turn. That's weird. In main 1, I'm going to make a weird opening play and normal summon Gyroid, and then set to pass.
Honestly, I don't hate this. Like, Gyroid, even though it's kind of crappy, is actually kind of good in this format, so I don't hate it.
Survives a single battle.
You know, and sometimes that's enough to turn the tables depending on the circumstances. All right, main 1. I don't know what I want to do about this. It's weird because I could just run something out and hit Gyroid, but then Gyroid doesn't die. Okay, I think the play is to run out Drillroid.
Sure.
And I'm just going to try to hit.
I will take 600.
Okay, second main, I will set 2 cards of my own and pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw for turn. Oh, that's a weird draw.
I hope your hand is just 3 Soitsu.
I wish it was 3 Soitsu. Okay.
Because you have 3 Doitsu. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna, I guess, normal summon ourselves a Steamroid.
Sure.
And I'll go into battle and I'll swing in over the Drillroid.
Yeah, so I take 7 here.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't hate it.
Now I'm gonna attack in.
1,000 from the Gyroid, sure.
Main phase 2, I will set a back row and it is your go.
You know, buddy, you have the cards required to make Steam Gyroid. I'm not sure if you were paying attention.
Oh, I mean, catch me with Super Poly.
Right. We'll go to main 1. This is tricky. 3 back row, huh?
Yeah, it's not none.
It's not. I would concur. I also know you have rising energy, which further complicates things. Yeah, all right, let's try it. We'll run out the Steamroid.
I guess. Sure.
I'll go to battle, try to hit yours.
Okay.
It's either energy or Miyabi. Which one is it?
It is me taking 1,000 to the dome.
I guess that's the third option. Best case scenario for me, I guess. Go ahead.
I guess we're just gonna go for it.
Oh, please whiff. This is such... This would be so bad if this hits right now. Oh my god. All right. You want to try to predict?
Show me. I think it's going to be a Cyclopean. I've run into that card enough times so far.
Ooh,
oh, that's a
okay.
funny one. Okay.
That is funny. You want
I
to go
will
again?
Draw
okay.
for Wow, what a weird hand. I guess I will...
Doi.
Yeah, I think I set a back row here and change Gyroid to defense position because it is not big enough to get over Steamroid.
Wise move. I will go ahead and draw the main one. Well, let's go ahead and run out the Jetroid, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'll go to battle. We'll try to hit into the Gyroid.
That hit into Gyroid is okay.
Is this hit into Gyroid okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Didn't think we'd get this far, if I'm being honest. I'll just set a card. Could be anything, and I'll pass.
My deck has given me a deeply improbable and deeply problematic gift this game.
Doitsu. All right, just system down me, buddy. I know you have
system
it.
down, yeah.
All right. We knew that was coming. In response, I'm going to Miyabi you.
Okay.
So I'm going to... The Jetroid's still getting banished. I'll just banish it. Let's go after... I don't really care which back row. Let's go after this one.
Okay.
So resolves. All my machines get banished. My Druid is gone as well, and you may proceed.
You may proceed.
This is interesting now. You know I have conscription. I could flip it. That's a potential big swing in my favor. I also don't want you getting an extra card, though. Fuck it. Let's go.
I'm going to be so mad.
Be a Sidra. Sidra would be the best.
Woo! I'll take it.
Okay. That's like... You need a monster. So, I mean, if you have one, you have one. But, all right. Let's see what we get. Draw. That's... kind of good. I'll run out the Cyclopean.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite card. We'll hit for 14.
I'll take 14.
And then second main, I'm going to set 2 back row and throw it to you.
Okay, I will draw for turn. Oh, no. What do I do?
Soitsu.
Oh, no. This is so terrible. So if you have a monster and you get a back row, what's the maximum damage that I take here?
Well, if it's another Cyclopean and I have a back row, that's 48.
Yeah, and if one of the back row is also like rising energy, I'm just done. So I'm going to set a monster and end.
Sure. I'll draw here. That's pretty good. Run out Drillroid.
Sure.
Let's hit in.
Drillroid will be every bit as effective as any other monster would have been. It's
perfect.
Protective Soul Aelin.
14 to the dome.
I will take 14 to the dome.
And I will pass the turn. I'm surprised you're on this. Okay, interesting.
Oh, and of course you show up now. It's Lele.
Oh, perfect timing.
And I think I just end my turn here.
Sure. I'll draw. Oh, this is tricky now. Okay, so now I have to worry about rising energy, which I know you have.
Not true. That's a lie. Fake news.
How do we deal with that? I mean, I'm gonna have to bait it at some point, so I guess better now than later, especially when I can kill you. I'll bring out my own Lele.
Yeah, I guess.
Battle.
Okay.
Hit.
There it goes.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this to happen. Cyclopean?
I will take 1,400.
Will you take 1,600?
No, you'll take 1,600.
Okay, so there's the dimension wall. All right, so I will take the 1,600. That's fine. Second main, I will set a card. This puts my Cyclopean to 24, so go ahead.
I will draw for turn now of all times. Is there really nothing I can do about this?
You're gonna face the wrath of Cybernetic Cyclopean, you fool.
It's all you.
We got it.
I have a deck of 25 monsters. How are the only monsters I found the entire game those 4, and the rest were Earth Art, Wind Art, Arrival Appears, Dimension Wall?
Holy shit, that is so
Oh,
unlucky.
no.
Wow.
I had such a good strat coming into this game, and I just saw only back row.
That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I felt pretty good here. I was sitting on this Rival Appears, like waiting to just dump this Lele to put the Cyclopean to 24, but I never had to. That's like a cheeky little thing I could have done.
That is definitely cute. And it's something I kind of thought about in passing in deck building. I generally didn't like Cyclopean because I hate the back row in this set so much that like running Cyclopean meant that I had to run more bad back row. And more importantly, it just meant that I didn't get to run as many Soitsu and Doitsu, which was really what I was here for the entire time.
Fair. And you did manage to pull it off, so congratulations. You probably won the episode anyway. So my theory with Cyclopean was it's an Earth for Kurogane, which is nice. So that way you can just basically trade it for a Lele. So that's pretty cool. Also, I was playing 20 spells and traps in my deck because I wanted Conscription to be a 50-50 for you because I figured you were going to play it too. And so even though I wasn't like super keen on some of them, I figured that was worth it so you would whiff. Even if it's like slightly in favor, then, you know, that's fine. So that was like the other logic. And 24 is basically the biggest monster you're going to find aside from Soitsu Doitsu.
That's true.
As long as you can always keep summoning a monster or setting back row, like he's never going to go back down was the logic. I guess funny enough, you could Conscription me, hope it whiffs, and put a card in my hand and knock him down to 14.
That's a good point.
Didn't think about that, but that was my theory behind it. It's also just like fine. You know, it can actually, it can also kill Steamroid, which is something that isn't, you shouldn't overlook that. The fact that it can kill Steamroid's pretty decent, so.
Yeah, that is A-okay. Yeah, I literally had a decent deck where I was considering running that card, and then I realized Soitsu Doitsu had its only shot at ever being used in this episode, and I had to go for it. I did also pull the Power Bond, which never came up. I was a little disappointed. I only had 2 Gyroid, so it was always kind of like a weird consideration about that, which also affected my deck building a little bit. Should I have gone for just a good stuff deck and played the Cyclopean and stuff like that? Probably, but honestly, would people have enjoyed that as much as you getting your ass beaten in by Soitsu Doitsu?
No, I'm never living that down is the sad thing. Were you playing Poly too or just the Power Bond?
I was just playing the Power Bond because I only had the 1 or the 2 Gyroid. I figured if I there was a big world where I had to use Gyroid, and I drew into like both Poly and a Power Bond or like one or the other. I did side both double Poly and double Fusion Recovery in case I really felt like going in. This episode was really about me just like trying to get to do the dumb things.
Yeah. Sure.
I got to do the dumb thing once.
You did. I was playing Poly and 1 Fusion Recovery main deck, again, just to have enough spells and traps, just to get that ratio that I was looking for. I didn't think it was going to happen to go into Steam Gyroid, but I figure, you know what? If it does, cool. Because, I mean, the only things that kill Steam Gyroid are Lele, which is pretty frequent that comes up, then Cyclopean if it's buffed, and then Soitsu Doitsu, I guess. I mean, he's just pretty big. You know, I guess it loses to Miyabi, which is probably like why we shouldn't try it. But I mean, you and I just wanted to power bond as 4,400 Steam Gyroid.
That's exactly
What were the other fusions in your fusion deck, buddy?
Alex, I got the double UFO-roid fighter. Those were 2 of my ultra rares.
Perfect. Did you get the UFO roid is the question?
No.
Oh, so great. I got yours then because I got 2 of those fuckers.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I figured out a roll for that card. And this is like the most 10,000 IQ thing imaginable.
Okay.
You Conscription UFO roid off the top of my deck. It's a 1,200 attacker. And then I attack over it myself, which triggers it in my graveyard to summon a machine from my deck.
What? Oh my god. Yeah, I also noticed the Cybernetic Magician.
I mean, it's a great card. It's 2400 attack. It has like a relevant effect. The fact that it can buff things up to 2k or like drain your thing down to 2k if it's over 2k. You can do that too. And I guess it kind of sucks in the face of Miyabi, but I figured like that's one of the best like tribute monsters we've probably had in this series.
Absolutely. It's a pretty cool card. Yeah. So the reasoning I had behind Protective Soul Aelin is just that Lele is one of the best monsters that we have available to us.
Sure.
Aelin also protects Lele from rising energy, and with running Spiritual Earth Art as much as I was, and with Rival Appears, there was just a really good chance that you were going to be able to get both of them on the field easily. And if your opponent isn't playing, doesn't have Wind Art active, which there are very few cards that make Wind Art live. I happen to be in a unique position in which, my main strategy involved 3 vanilla wind monsters.
Right.
It made sense to me to run Aelin to basically make sure that I got to continue using what is effectively the best monster in our decks.
That's actually a fair point. I only got one Kurogane, to be fair, so I guess I didn't really look at it that way. So from my perspective, I figured it was a tall ask to get Lele and then stick Aelin on top of it. I guess you could just summon Lele pass, but I mean, I do see the logic though. I feel like the format's slow enough that this could have realistically gone off. It just didn't happen. And then, like you said, aside from, having Wind Art, because I can't even crash, because if I crash, you just lose Aelin, which is like whatever.
Yeah.
Then, okay. Yeah, like I could definitely see that for sure. I think if I got more Kurogane, I may have considered this. I did get 3 Rival Appears. I had 3 Lele, but I don't know. Just only the one Kurogane. Maybe I just didn't, I didn't give it enough respect. I didn't give Soitsu Doitsu enough respect, evidently.
And I didn't give Cybernetic Cyclopean enough respect.
Was there anything else special about your deck, or is that pretty much, is the rest just what you'd expect?
That was pretty much it. You pretty much saw everything. I don't think I drew my Cyber Dragon at all.
You did. You had your Cyber Dragon.
Did? Okay,
yeah.
That's good. That's
because remember
good.
I summoned, I killed it with my Cybernetic Magician, so you did draw it.
I'm decently pissed that my 2 Ultras besides Power Bond were UFO-roid Fighter. If one of those had been, like, if I had gotten a Cyber Dragon and a Cyber Twin Dragon, you bet your booty I would have been playing.
Did you get, how many Cyber Dragons did you get?
Oh, no.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
The only other, I guess, I had 3 system downs, which is kind of crazy.
I also had 3 system down.
Okay. That's like basically Regeki in this format, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I ended up siding one of them and also all but one of my conscriptions out.
Okay.
Most of the games. Because, like, as we found in game 2, it's kind of dead against a good portion of the monsters in this set.
Right. That's fair. The only other interesting card, and this was stuck in my hand all second game, so I didn't have much faith in it, but I did pull Different Dimension Master. And so the thought behind this was, if you system down me, I can bring back either Steamroid or Cyber Dragon, which is kind of sick, actually. I had enough spells when I was playing like the polys and stuff. And even without playing poly, I still had a decent number of spells because I had 3 system downs and the like. That it would have been like a neat way to like turn a Gyroid into Different Dimension Master. But his stat line kind of sucks. I felt like it was kind of idealistic, but I wanted to at least try. And I figured with system down, it was something that was just a nice way to take advantage of you system downing my board, especially if you hit Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, and that's ultimately what did it for me. But honestly, nothing else matters. I won a game with Soitsu Doitsu, and that's what I came to this match for. I hope that we managed to make Cybernetic Revolution an exciting set for folks.
Yeah, fair. I think if that hadn't happened, I mean, I got to double Dimension Wall you. That was pretty entertaining.
The Dimension Wall was pretty sick. That was one of the closest games I think we've ever had. So I call Cybernetic Revolution a win of an episode.
I think so. This was something that you and I were talking before, thinking, maybe this isn't going to be the best, but I think it ended up okay. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Sealed Showdown. We have to shout the patrons as always. So big shouts to Shout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Chaotic Meatball, Tim00x3, Ika Ironfang, Part 2, Pony Starkey and Musa, Dan the Man Hoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, Mystic Walk, Sylvia Wild, Draconic, Useless Assassin 05, Cole T, Rockslide, Dollywop, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Nelson, Jordan Coons, Calvin, Iron Blazewin, Pure H, Jesse Wood, True Nerdgasm, Brother Paul, Chris Hood, Nehru Celeste, David Liu, Rockley325, Chat God, Sound Agent 216, Sky Rose, Dylan Hunter, John 2 Base, Brody Eastwood, Day Zero, Elias Panero, Carlos DT, MBT, Flydle Daddy, Give Me Speedroid or Give Me Death, Ashlyn Jensen, TC Gaming, Thanks for the Sleeves Dad, Hots for Gage, Matthew Brady, Dr. Solace, Max, Tom Russell, Gage Just Play Watts Already, Chipotle Rice, Eric Grems, Wayan, Fox News, I guess that's pretty fitting with the fake news part from earlier, Talk Dirty to Me, MBT Toe Sniffer. What are with MBT's fans being so horny? I don't get it, but that's gonna do it, you guys. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.